Hello, virtual makey-uppy world. This is Gary Casey with another installment of Strange Facts in association with PBH, Free Fringe Edinburgh. So I can't be over there, so I'm here, somewhere out there. I'm here, but I'm out there at the same time, if you get my meaning. So my show is called Strange Facts. This is actually the number 3 installment, so you're very welcome. Now I have a little list to my left, just a set list of stuff I want to talk about, so I'll be glancing down to the left every so often. I don't have some sort of nervous tick, I don't think I do anyways. But anyways, if you see my eyes darting to the left, it's just to see what my next topic will be, because my memory is shit. One strange fact off the top of my head is about myself. I was named after a very famous Gary who was very famous in the 1970s, as I'm sure a lot of other Garys in Britain, Ireland, America were named after this very famous man. Now I don't want to say anything libel, but I'm pretty sure this guy is in prison somewhere, or was in prison, for doing some very unethical stuff. You know who I'm talking about. If you don't, educate yourself. But the strange thing about this fact is my mother still brings it up anytime we're out. She seems to enjoy mentioning the fact that I'm named after this very famous Gary, and usually, just because of human nature, I'm avoided for the rest of the night at socials, social gatherings, etc. Don't be afraid of me, you. I'm okay. I'm fine. Anyways, first fact on my little list. Golf is the only sport that's ever been played on the moon. Now it's such a boring fact in a way. It's strange. It is strange. It's strange in the fact that no other sport has been played on the moon. NASA would make a killing if they got back to the moon and had different sports on the moon. And the Chinese, they win everything in the Olympics, these two. America, China. They should take each other on the moon. But more or less, Neil Armstrong are one of those, let's face it, they were boring, weren't they? The only exciting part about the moon landings was going down onto the moon, and then the bit where they nearly crashed. The Tom Hanks kind of film depicts it, but the rest of it, the ratings went down very quickly. We're a very fickle lot of us human race. We get bored quite easily. I bet you if the aliens ever invade and they're laser blasting everyone and enslaving us, we'll still flick over the channel as Washington DC is being destroyed, and we'll still watch Love Island just because we're bored of what's happening in Washington. You know what I mean? So golf was the wrong choice. It was played by one of the astronauts. It might have been Neil Armstrong. I don't really care. He fashioned a golf club out of something and played golf on what is essentially a big sand bunker, the moon. I'm sure the golf ball went pretty far through the air, but again, even talking about it, I'm bored. Anyways, Tiger Woods might have added some excitement because he enlivened golf a little bit, but we all still pretend we like golf. We don't really like golf, do we? No, I don't think so anyways. NASA needs to get back there, and let's try basketball. Let's bring Michael Jordan back out of retirement. Here on Earth, because of some weird bone structure he has, he can jump, let's say 20 feet in the air on the moon because of the gravity. He'll be able to go up 100 feet. Bring back the LA Lakers, bring back those guys that were around in the 70s who could spin the basketball like plates on their fingers. Bring them all back and put them to the moon. It will kill. How about boxing? My God, boxing on the moon. Any kind of martial art, but boxing in particular. Imagine someone like Katie Taylor, that famous Irish boxer. Imagine her fighting someone else. Every punch would be a killer blow. People would fly through the air, go 50, 60 feet, even with a little tap. Imagine the excitement. Just NASA, whoever else is out there, you've got to go back and you've got to excite the crowds. You're failing. You're failing. It'll end up being Love Island on the moon. You know what that show is. It can't be that. Let's just get an exciting sport back on the moon. Here's another little strange fact. All mammals fart except sloths. Why do sloths not fart? They're much the same as koalas. They live in the trees too, but koalas fart and sloths don't. Now I mentioned the fact already about sloths. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. Do you ever hold your breath? Suck in all that air? What are you doing 5 minutes later? You're farting all over the place. What is it about sloths? What's their secret? Why do they not need to fart after holding their breath for so long? If there is a God and he created sloths, that's my first question when I get to heaven or whatever. Why? What's with the sloths? Why? Sloths, Irish, can't pronounce TH. Sloths. What's with the sloths? Why do they not fart? Do they fall out of the tree if they fart? Is this some sort of evolutionary thing that too many of them were farting and then falling to their deaths in wherever they are, Madagascar? I don't know. Who knows? I just find it strange that they're the only mammal that doesn't fart. I wish my dog didn't fart. He does fart. He stinks out the room. And then I fart back in his face and he runs crying to his mama. But that's besides the point. I just don't get it. Sloths, what's so special about them? Selfies, here's another strange fact. Selfies kill more people every year than sharks. Sharks are killed every year probably because of that dun 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 telling us that sharks are dangerous. In fact, they're not that dangerous. No, let's be honest about it. The one or two people who do get eaten by sharks, it's not a good way to go when you're somebody's lunch. But selfies, it's the Darwin Awards with the selfies, isn't it? It's just the Darwin Awards. It is with the sharks as well. If you go in the water and there's a great white out there and you don't listen to the get the feck out of the water and you stay there, you kind of deserve it if the shark comes for you. But selfies, yeah, I can see it. I've nearly done it. You're there at the edge of the cliff or whatever and you forget yourself, don't you, in virtual world? It's just anyways, enough with the selfies. I need to cut back on the selfies. This is a kind of selfie in a way. If I was doing this outside, I'd probably end up backing away and there'd be a road behind me or something. I could see it happening with me. I know what I am. Anyways, here's another one. Here's a question for you. What's the biggest danger to the US national grid? So that's all the electricity and the computers and I'm sure the Defense Department and all this intertwine and you know that stuff. In America, you make a phone call and some CIA operative, Jason Bourne type, is sent out after you just because of a little mistake in the whole setup and you're innocent and you have to prove yourself innocent and at the end the whole CIA thing is corrupt, but rather than you solving it, it goes on being corrupt. You just sort of watch the Bourne films. It's the last one, the Jason Bourne 2016. Even who you think is a nice person ends up being an arsehole. So just what I'm saying anyways is don't get involved with the CIA. And if you're listening CIA, this is just a joke. Don't come after me. Don't send one of those marks or one of those guys, sleeper cell guys after me. Please don't do it. There's no need. I'll probably kill myself by doing a selfie anyways at some stage in the near future. So just leave it, please. A sloth might fart for the first time in a million years and fall out of a tree and kill me. So I'm just saying to the FBI, CIA, national security killer type dudes, please leave me alone. I'm not where you think I am at the moment. I'm actually out there. I don't exist. Anyways, the US national grid, who's the biggest threat? You might think, there's a lot of people out there at the moment in there that would love to blow up the US national grid. There's homegrown buns, let's say, home recipe stuff, people that for some reason are pissed off with everything, but there's also the other people that are from far away who would like you to live in a tent and never go outside the tent ever again. You know what I mean? It's to do with the heat in their own country, but they want everyone to You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to offend too much because there's arseholes everywhere, both in the US and not in the US. Let's just say in the case of the US, there's a lot of everywhere. Irish arseholes, Chinese, everyone's an arsehole. Let's just say that. The nice people are found somewhere in there, just trying to live their lives. The 99% of people who are nice. That's the way it really is. But anyways, it's actually squirrels. Squirrels are the biggest danger to the national grid. Uh, are there teams of them up trees deciding to attack the national grid? Do they believe that there's lots of nuts inside these electrical power stations? Are squirrels just stupid animals that bite into stuff? Uh, I like to think there's teams of squirrels and they're planning the US's downfall right now, and they're succeeding. There's blackouts everywhere, places like California, rolling blackouts. Nothing at all got to do with the companies just kind of making it look like extra energy is needed. It's the squirrels that are doing it all. They're nasty. Shoot them. Yeah, shoot them. That's all. That's all you can do. I'm gonna go up. We have red squirrels here in Ireland. There's only about 100 of them left, but anymore, I'm taking no prisoners. They're going to be knocked out of trees. They're going to be. They have to be taken out. The Irish national grid, if it was taken out, like how could I make this? How could I do anything? We Irish just got electricity in 1985, and we need that electricity, so it's not going to happen here. I'm telling you. Don't care if the red squirrel goes extinct. Don't care if it's part of my heritage. Bye bye, red squirrel. America, grey squirrels, whatever. Big danger. Let's get the squirrels. Let's wipe them out. It'll be an extinction event, I think we can all say. It's a good thing. Plus, they eat and they steal all the nuts. We need the nuts. They don't deserve macadamia nuts. I deserve the macadamia nuts. Squirrels don't eat nuts. Squirrels are nuts for attacking the US national grid. So let's solve this problem as a people. I think we need to do it. I'll even hook up with the people I was talking about earlier on, and we'll solve it. Let's do that. Now the Swiss are quite weird. Here's another strange fact. You're not allowed own only one guinea pig. Did I say that correctly? There's double negatives there and everything. So if you have one guinea pig, it seems like someone will burst through your door and arrest you or bring you to court over the fact that you just have one guinea pig. Now maybe the Swiss care about guinea pigs and their social interaction type stuff, and that guinea pigs need each other. But I think I had a guinea pig in a cage and it just ate shat and slept all day, and even if it was another guinea pig in the cage, they'd kind of kill each other half the time and then they might shag. But they seem to just not really care about each other, these guinea pigs. So I don't know where in the Swiss parliament or Swiss legislature it was decided that I do the French Swiss, we cannot have the guinea pig in the cage on his own, you must have two guinea pig. And then the German, did they persuade the German Swiss? Seems like a much harder kind of people who just wouldn't give a shit about guinea pigs to actually pass this law. Was there kind of corruption money passed from one group of the parliamentarians to the others to pass this law? I don't know. Is there a massive love of guinea pigs in Switzerland? I have to go there. I have to go to Geneva soon and see. Maybe walk down the street with one guinea pig and just in a cage and just see, am I arrested for the fact that I have just one guinea pig lonely in the cage on his own? Now, in a way, the last year we've all been that one guinea pig, haven't we? A lot of us. Maybe the Swiss are onto something. Maybe you shouldn't be the one guinea pig in the cage on your own. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something else here about the Swiss. You can't flush the toilet after 10 p.m. Again, I'm in trouble. I've had 7 or 8 Guinness in some Irish pub in Geneva or Bern or Zurich, let's say. I just want to get in all the city names. I love geography. Zurich, Bern, Geneva, love it all. I'm in some Swiss canton drinking loads of Guinness in the local O'Reilly's pub, just to make it look like I'm a real Irishman. So I'm going to the Irish bar abroad, and I'm a legend because all the local Swiss see that I'm Irish and buy me lots of Guinness. It's a big ploy by us Irish, set up bars abroad so foreign people can buy us alcohol abroad. That's probably going to get me shot, but I don't care. It's time that secret was out. Uh, I'm looking at that, but I know the fact already. Yeah, yeah, I'm drinking the Guinness, and then what do? I have a bad episode, let's say, down below. The bowel movements are very bad, and I go into my Swiss apartment and I plaster. You know what? It's train spotting type stuff. I plaster the toilet area with the worst type of Guinness diarrhea. We call it the runs here in Ireland. You know, scat everywhere. What do you want? Like, picture it. It's not good. A pint of Guinness is gorgeous going down, but if it goes wrong, it really is pebble dash the next morning. But let's say it happens that night because I've eaten some weird Swiss food that didn't agree with my Irish constitution. You know what I mean? I don't think the Swiss have really spicy food, but let's say there's something in Switzerland, maybe something from the Alps, very, very, very rich food or something that Heidi can eat, but I can't, and I shouldn't have. But anyways, I destroy that toilet, and then I flush it at 10 p.m. What happens? Do alarm bells go off in some central command station? Do neighbours know that I've done a wrong thing and ring the local Geneva police? I don't know. I'm looking forward to actually doing it because we Irish don't really like rules, and breaking them is part of our fun for ourselves. Yeah, there are no rules. There shouldn't be any rules. I'm definitely gonna buy a guinea pig and fly with them to Switzerland and flush a toilet, and they'll catch me after flushing the toilet. That's crime number one. But when they see the guinea pig in the cage, there will be a massive outcry, and I hope it makes the news. I want to be in the Geneva prison awaiting trial because Geneva is where the UN is, and I will fight them tooth and nail for my human right to own one guinea pig and be able to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. Wake the fuck up, Switzerland. You've gotten away with plenty over the last 100 years. We know about the gold. Just get rid of those two rules and we'll forget about everything else. You're not that innocent. Again, this is comedy, so I hope the Swiss people don't take too much offence. It's just there's arseholes everywhere and nice people everywhere, so let's get that straight. Otters, another strange fact. Otters hold hands in the sea at night so they won't drift apart. Now this is, again, these things should be extinct because if you're asleep at night drifting on the sea, you're shark food. The otters should just go up onto the bloody land because they're mammals and sleep safely. I don't have much more to say about the otters for some reason. I'm just disgusted by what they do. It's just ridiculous, really, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous that they hold hands in the sea to not drift apart. Get out of the bloody sea. You're not a fish, you're a mammal. You're an otter. You just went back into the sea maybe 1,000,000 years ago. Have fun in the sea, swim, catch your fish, but at night sleep up on the land and fart away to your heart's content, unlike the sloths. You know, enjoy yourself. You don't need to float there and then a shark will get you. I'm sure sharks kill a lot of otters compared to humans and all the selfie type stuff I was on about earlier. I just think otters are stupid. Now, I leave you on this one, strange fact, and I can't say it's been really enjoyable because I don't know the reaction out there. I hope it's okay what I've done so far. I'm looking down this way now because I have something else down to the right here, my list. This is my kind of biggie in a way. Alfred Hitchcock. We all know who Alfred Hitchcock is. He's one of the best known directors of the 20th century. If you don't know who he is, Google it and then get back to this video. Anyways, great horror director. It's some of the stuff. It's unbelievable. I respect the man so much. But this strange fact has brought the respect down a little bit. Alfred Hitchcock was afraid of eggs. Egg yolks in particular. He said something about the yellow made him terrified. So he wasn't afraid of blood. He wasn't afraid of shower scenes where innocent women are murdered. He wasn't afraid of heights. He wasn't afraid of all the stuff that appears in his movies. He wasn't afraid of, depicting weird men across apartment blocks, murdering their wives, and then some other guy looking with a camera. He wasn't afraid of voyeurism. He wasn't afraid of men falling and breaking their legs. Some of that stuff is still terrifying. James Stewart goes through a lot there in those movies. Anyways, he wasn't afraid of anything like knives, sharp knives. So that didn't bother him. Slaughter, necks being cut. None of that. He was afraid of eggs. Eggs. So, I was just thinking, if he was so afraid of them, maybe he should have made the movie. And you can imagine the kind of, do you ever watch a Hitchcock movie, the suspense, like the shower scene in Psycho? Have you watched it recently? Still terrifying. It's Janet Leigh. It's gorgeous woman being attacked in the shower. It's probably the stuff of nightmares. So you can just imagine me. So my new Hitchcock type movie that would actually scare Alfred. Nothing else would bother him. He'd watch a movie about vampires, let's say, or killer flocks of birds, all that kind of stuff, and nothing bothered him. He wouldn't flinch. But I'm here to scare you, Alfred. I hope you're watching in the greater beyond. So, egg on your face. So I'm just a guy going around doing my own business. I don't know, just standing there really. And then all of a sudden, egg on my face. Dinner. I've actually cracked an egg on my head. No, I have, folks. And I'm just gonna get it back into the box because my brother is gonna kill me. And that was quite horrific. But you see the yellow? See the yellow coming down? That's what terrified Alfred Hitchcock. Not the blood red crimson. The yellow, gooey, messy horribleness. My God. The world is a strange place, isn't it? It really is. So I'm finished. I'm definitely finished after doing this to myself. Anyways, this has been Strange Facts with me, Gary Casey. The PBH Edinburgh Free Fringe logo is going to float around now for a few seconds. Thank you very much, PBH, for allowing me to do this. This is quite horrific. It is actually quite scary, and I possibly can understand why Alfred hated eggs. The feeling in my hair at the moment is I'm terrified. I hate eggs. I'm never going to touch an egg again. I agree with Alfred. The logo is still there somewhere. Thank you very much, PBH. Thank you as a virtual audience, and we'll see you soon, hopefully in the real world, as things get back to normal. Keep safe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.